I'm gonna look so fucking stupid. It's because of my fucking hair. Like, I look like Sideshow Bob if he was like black instead of a ginger. Hi, my name's Del. And as you can tell from the acoustics of this room, this is a really improv video. The whole reason I'm doing it though is there's a lot of gear videos on the internet. Lots of much better gear videos on the internet. A lot of them are covering gear products that we see on a daily basis, like the Cry JPC, defense mechanism, the MEPC, you know, the Spiritus LV, so forth and so forth. You know, reputable American companies that make good gear for good people. It's recording right now. How you like me? Or remember, this also has to be in view too. It's got a surprise cameraman. What I have here is a bit of an obscure plate carrier. I'm gonna get into it in a minute. Whole reason I'm making this unsolicited video is that there is almost no English documentation on the specific plate carrier. And mind my disheveled appearance here in this, you know, ragtag, bootleg, administrative results get up. Honestly, I don't even have to wear this balaclava. I'm not Caucasian, so I can get away with saying risky shit. This is the Anna M2 plate carrier from IvanTactical. Well, actually, they're A Tactical. I say Anna because it's easier to say and it kind of just sounds cuter. Really isn't even a gear video. I guess I'll do a loadout video another time because I only have the plate carrier with me currently. So let's just get into the meat and potatoes. I'm gonna go throw this on. And there's going to be B-roll about everything I'm talking about. You can tell that was a professional gear stand. Honestly, this plate carrier is pretty representative of what's desired in the industry today, common trends in the industry. And that's actually why I picked it out in the first place. Granted, I picked this out in a really naive manner because if you don't recognize the name Anna M2, this is a plate carrier that's in Tarkov, and that's actually what inspired me to get this when I was looking for gear, because Tarkov cool. This plate carrier runs an MSRP of about $120. You can get it from a few different distributors that I currently know of. I mean, I find it floating around on Facebook Marketplace and eBay from time to time. But I know the consistent distributors are GrayShop.ru. Some of the distributors are Gray Shop, IvanTactical site themselves, and IvanTactical. That's actually where I got my plate carrier from. Just full disclosure, I actually bought this on sale, so I actually paid $90 for it, which led me to also pay for a pair of training plates which are currently in this, because I've been waiting almost 3 months now for my plates. And at this point, I've just accepted that it's going to come when it comes, like death itself. We know that a lot of plate carrier systems today, you literally, in most cases, you buy just the plate carrier itself, and then you have to buy the Cummerbund separate, and then you have to buy the Placard separate. This came not only with the plate carrier, but it came with these Cummerbunds, again, which we're going to get into in a minute, and the Placard. Like it came with a full kit and caboodle for $120. Again, I paid $90, which is obviously a really sweet deal. And it's made, from what I know, I think it's made from like Cordura and like, you know, pretty much industry standard materials. And so obviously you can take a bit of a beating. I've been running this plate carrier since I believe it was like September of 2020. So we're getting close to a year now as of the shooting of this video. And I haven't really run it much, I'm gonna be honest with you. COVID really kind of restricted what I could and couldn't do, obviously, and taking this to an airsoft field or anywhere period to run it was really not an option. So I just kind of lurked around the house with it. I annoyed the fuck out of my dogs while wearing it. Basically put it through the stress testing of a friendless individual with animals. We're gonna get into the base plate carrier now. So the base plate carrier, it fits pretty much the standard sappy style. I've seen people throw swimmers cut and shooters cut into this, so it can pretty much fit most industry standard plates. Of course, I only have experience with medium sappy style, which the training plates I currently have in this are styled after. just a basically sappy cut. I've only had sappy cut in this, but I've read online from some forum anecdotes that you can put swimmer's cut in this just fine. These fit Hesco L210s just fine. And it's a pretty big plate bag. You're going to see that in the B-roll. Well, at least the front plate bag itself is actually pretty nifty because it obviously has the Velcro paneling to accept the Cummerbund, and then the Swift Clip-esque. I say esque because it definitely fits the same spec, but it just doesn't feel nearly as sturdy as like other clips that I've seen. The material does feel pretty cheap. It can handle a decent load, but if possible, I would recommend replacing these. But front plate back also features a admin pouch here on the front. It's pretty deep, and it can fit a pretty decent amount. Like as you see in the B-roll, it can fit my fat ass hand. And I only currently have a map. It's not in here right now, but I usually carry a compass, a small write in the rain notebook, a pen. The standard administrative things. The front plate back, again, it's nothing really to write home about, but it has all the amenities that we really want in a plate carrier.
Hey, hindsight Dell. So this plate carrier also has a quick detach buckle and zipper right here. I just completely forgot to mention it in the video, even though it was right in my fucking face.
Getting to the back bag here, again, it has just a standard like Cordura drag handle. Some people are fond of a carry handle. I'm personally fond of the idea of a carry handle. There's literally a dedicated piece of real estate on your plate carrier to carry you from. Some people think it's useless. That's perfectly fine. It's all preference. As long as you can get your hands on the fucking guy and pull him out of the fight, that's really all that matters. Getting back to the back of the plate bag though, there's also the actual covering backing, which has like these weird little button clips. I don't know what they're called off the top of my head. But that covering actually reveals the elastic looping, which your cummerbund comes into. By the way, this plate carrier basically comes pre-assembled to you. This thing is set up to basically go the moment that it reaches your house. It's supposed to be able to have some plates thrown in it, some mags thrown in it, and you can go do larger things on the flat range. Now we're going to get to the cummerbund. Again, I'm fairly new to gear, but one thing I have noticed out of all the designs I've looked at and compared this to, I can say for sure that this has probably one of the shittiest elastic loopings out there. Again, it's just a standard elastic looping. It's held in retention by one of those little clips you see in the B-roll. It is adjustable, but I will tell you those little clips are pretty shitty quality. They do start to shift a bit. I'm a pretty skinny guy. I stand at like 5'9" without shoes. I have an athletic build, so there's kind of a curvature towards my waist. And so this cummerbund, I have to adjust it really tightly. If you're an actual man and you have mass in your body, this won't be a problem for you. I'm positive. And again, there's still a wide range of adjustment for it. It's just a little bit annoying. Hooking and moving that elastic through the loops in order to get a tighter fit. A few carriers, I see them kind of overlook this, which is perfectly fine. As you probably can notice from this tube here, this actually has a hydration pouch, or at least has a pouch that can accept a hydration pack. I currently have a Source 2 liter in here. It can comfortably fit the 2 liter when it is fully packed to the brim with the sweet, good nectar of God. So that is obviously something that's really useful because hydration is important. And the less baggage you have around your hips and on your belt, the better. Because we all know dump pouches and GP pouches, general purpose, for those who don't use acronyms, can hold water bottles and shit like that just fine. But it's a lot of baggage on your kit. And I don't like baggage, not with people and not with my gear. Getting to the placard, which is honestly what was the selling point for me. Because again, a lot of systems, they don't actually come with a placard right out of the box or right out of the bag. You have to buy those separately. This comes with a placard that obviously accepts 7.62 magazines. For my AKM Chads, we know how fucking difficult it is to actually find placards and mag pouches that can fit like AK mags without issue. And this fits them obviously without issue. This is a Russian plate carrier, so they obviously were expecting AK users to use this. I have 3 styles of mags in this placard. I have Pro Mag Industries AK Pro Mag, you know, one of the shittiest mags in the market. Then I have my US Palm mag here. Definitely my shittiest mag, but we're not reviewing the magazines. This kind of fits the same profile of a steel mag. You know, same width, same bulkiness. It fits just fine. AC Unity 10, a Circle 10 mag, I think it's called. Anyways, it's an AC Unity mag. This kind of fits the mag pole profile, and again, it fits just fine. As you saw, they're held in retention by these elastic pull tabs, like most kangaroo pouches. Again, this is a kangaroo style pouch. I don't think I mentioned that. And it just works. Of course, if you're hanging from your fucking nuts upside down, your mags are probably gonna fall out if these retention tabs aren't there. But you know, it's a kangaroo pouch, what you expect. Again, this is Swift Clip compatible, so this definitely could take like a parachuter folk or like a wild gear. So you obviously have options other than this placard. And on the front of the placard, you see this MOLLE looping here. I personally don't like the idea of having too much mass going forward. This dangler here is already kind of pushing it. Am I good, senpai? Getting to the cummerbund, as you can see in the B-roll, this also has MOLLE webbing and looping. It's not going to hold shape, so if you're one of those stiff dicks about your plate carrier holding a certain profile, this is not the plate carrier for you. This is a $120 plate carrier. You know, you could probably fit a retrofit kit from First Spear into this. I would not recommend that though. You're better off literally going to get a whole new plate carrier that has the First Spear tubes on it. We've gotten into basically the meat and potatoes of this plate carrier, everything it has to offer. Now I'm going to talk about how like viable and comfortable it is as a plate carrier. As you can see, these shoulder straps are Velcro. And again, that's pretty bog standard for the industry, especially for adjustability. The issue is though, again, I'm a skinny guy. I'm basically at max level adjustment on this. As you can see, my hook part of my shoulder adjustment are literally just sticking out like halfway. I'm using probably a fourth of the real estate provided for adjustment to even have it stick to my body comfortably. This plate carrier is definitely for men of mass. And that's a problem for me, obviously, because I'm a smaller guy. That's one problem that I have with this plate. It's not a serious problem, though. It's not like a design flaw. It's more like just they were thinking realistically, and I'm the unrealistic example. Another problem I have with this is, again, the cummerbund. It doesn't hold shape, right? But the elastic is really what fucking gets me. In the retention clips, they just shift to all hell. Like I wear this plate carrier for about a half hour, just sitting down at my computer playing fucking Insurgency or something, and I'll have to readjust it when I take it off. But finally, I think probably the biggest turnoff for this plate carrier, now that I've owned it for a while, is expansion capabilities. As far as I know, Anna does not really make any accessories specifically geared towards this plate carrier. So a lot of your accessories and stuff are going to basically be third party. Some things like the spear to sack work and play well, but some equipment will not work. So your mileage may vary with aftermarket accessories. The goal is to try and get a winglet from IvanTactical and bring my radio to the front. And that's where I know I'm going to run into issues, because as you can see with this placard, though it does fit the Swift clip profile up here, you look to the side and there's these extra clips. These obviously help with retention of the placard, help it maintain a better profile. The issue is though, if I want to put a winglet, I am going to have to unclip these so that I can even fucking access it. Now, just for some closing words on this plate carrier, this thing was my first plate carrier I ever owned. It's still currently the only plate carrier I've ever owned. But after doing research and playing with a few buddies' kits, I can definitely say for certain that this thing is definitely decent. I would not recommend this as your first plate carrier though. But with that being said, I'm Dell. I don't have an outro.
How do I fucking turn this off?